Good morning, friends. Today we'll see assignment number 4 of laboratory practice 3. That is, implement a program to calculate precision and recall for a sample input. So to understand this particular assignment, first of all, you should know the evaluation of IR system. What is the need of evaluating IR system, information retrieval system? Now here, the need of evaluation of IR system is nothing but whether the retrieval process works accurately or not. You will come across by this particular evaluation process. So this performance evaluation of this IR system is done using precision and recall, these two parameters. So evaluation workflow is like whatever the information needed by the user, the query is formed accordingly. Query is fired on the designed information retrieval system. Then that information retrieval system will get evaluated. If user is satisfied with the response or output, it's okay. If not, one has to use that particular output as a input to improve upon that particular query, and again that particular updated query will be fired on the IR information retrieval system. Then when we are talking about this precision and recall, here the important part is nothing but the relevance of the response with respect to the user query. So here relevance as a measure they are considering. Relevance is everything in information retrieval system. All of you know that when you are studying data retrieval versus information retrieval, data retrieval always speaks about the exact match, whereas the information retrieval focus on the partial match. Right? So their relevant documents is one of the important part in information retrieval system. So how relevant is the document to the user need? One has to assess that particular point. So here measurable to some extent, that relevance you are supposed to consider. How often do people agree a document is relevant to a query? That is one of the important part, whether people agree that the document is relevant or not. That forms an important part of assessment of any information system. Then how well does it answer the question raised by that particular user? So that means user queries how well answered. So whether complete answer is there, partial answer is there, whether only background information is displayed in front of the user, or a hint for a further explanation is given. So based on this, you can say parameters. One can evaluate that particular. It will give some sort of evaluation process for that IR system. Now relevance. When you are talking about the relevance, here in what ways can a document be relevant to a query? That means a simple a query or word phrase is in the document. That means from the query or certain query word or phrase match with the database. Right? Then whether answer precise question precisely or partial answer to the question is there, or whether that particular response suggests a source for more information. Right? So that sort of thing will direct toward the relevancy concept. Here important point is what to evaluate. Right? So what can be measured that reflects user ability to use that particular system. So coverage of information. So in response to the user query, whatever the relevant document comes in front of the user, how much information is covered by that particular response, that one has to evaluate. Then in which form that particular information is presented, effort required to use that particular information. That means how easily one can use the retrieved information. That is one of the evaluation measure. Time and the space efficiency is one of the important part in the evaluation of information retrieval system. Here, as far as from our assignment point of view, we'll say effectiveness will consider by recall and the precision concept. So what do you by recall and what do you by precision? Recall. So here recall we can say it's a proportion of relevant material actually retrieved. Recall is nothing but proportion of relevant material which is actually retrieved. Whereas precision is nothing but proportion of retrieved material actually relevant. I repeat, precision is nothing but a proportion of retrieved material which is actually relevant. Now how do we measure relevance? One way we can say binary measure, 1 relevant and 0 not relevant. But when you are talking binary measures, it directly says that the exact match is there. One cannot deny that exact match is a part of this particular IR response system, but binary measure always say relevant or non-relevant. In between possibility is not considered here. Where NRA measures It's say like 0 not relevant, 1 barely relevant, 2 relevant, and 3 very relevant document like this. So one can measure the relevance. Just consider this diagram which represent relevant versus retrieved document. This rectangle represent all documents available, number of documents available in the repository, for example. Then whenever user files a query, this red ellipse is nothing but the domain of retrieved documents, whereas this blue ellipse is nothing but relevant documents, right? Relevant document to the user need. That means whatever the documents which are retrieved after filing that query is nothing but retrieved documents, but whatever the relevant document as per the user need, this is the domain. Next, there is a concept of contingency table. First of all, understand this particular contingency table. Based on the documents available and the domain of relevant document, retired documents, non-relevant document, not retired document, we are supposed to prepare this particular table. So this table say this vertical, these columns are nothing but retrieved and non-retrieved. Horizontal rows are nothing but relevant documents and non-relevant documents. So here relevant and retired documents is represented by W. That means W is nothing but a document which are relevant to the user need and which are retrieved by the query. That is W. Whereas this X represent documents are relevant to the user need, but they are not retrieved by the query. Query is not able to retrieve those documents. That is represented by X. Whereas non-relevant document which are retrieved by the query. That means the documents which are not relevant to the user query, they are retrieved. So that is represented by Y, and the documents which are not relevant and not retrieved, that is represented by Z. Now here, relevant documents which are retrieved and non-retrieved are represented by W plus X, and non-relevant documents retrieved, non-retrieved are represented by Y plus Z. Whereas retrieved documents which are relevant and non-relevant, they are represented by W plus Y, and not retrieved domain is represented by X plus Z. That means non-retrieved relevant and non-retrieved non-relevant, that is represented by X plus Z. And here total number of documents available is N, that is W plus X plus Y plus Z. W plus X plus Y plus Z. How to find out precision? So precision is P is equal to W divided by retrieved. What is W? W is relevant retrieved divided by retrieved, that is this one. So is equal to W divided by W plus Y. Retrieved is W plus Y. That is precision, which range from 0 to 1. And recall R is equal to W divided by relevant. So W divided by what is relevant? Relevant is W plus X. So W divided by W plus X. That is given by the recall. Now just consider one example. You have to consider this example for your practical implementation, or similar example also you can consider for your practical implementation. Now here total number of documents 10 we are considering here. So documents available are D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9 and D10. And relevant to user need are nothing but the documents are D1, D4, D5, D8 and D10. Whereas the retrieved document by the query, that is query to search engine retrieves this document D2, D4, D5, D6, D8 and D9. Now you need to fill this particular table because this has a contingency table, right? So you need to fill this particular table. So relevant retrieved documents you have to find out. So this is the domain of relevant documents and this is the domain of retrieved document. So which are relevant retrieved documents? So D1 is here, but D1 not here. D4, yes, D4 is relevant and retrieved. So D4 is there, D5 is there, and D8 is there. You can see here D4, D5 and D8. These are the relevant retrieved. Now here again you can find out, that means total 1, 2, 3. 3 documents are retrieved. Which are those? Relevant retrieved D4, D5, D8. Now find out relevant and non-retrieved. So here you are having a domain of retrieved documents. So you can find out domain of non-retrieved documents. So non-retrieved documents are, you just skip this document from these available documents, you will get the domain of non-retrieved documents, which are D1, D3, then D7 and D10. Am I right? So as relevant is there, so D1 is there in the relevant, and D1 is there in the non-retrieved also, and D10 is there in the relevant and the non-retrieved. If you find out non-retrieved also, so non-retrieved are D1 and D10. Then you have to find out non-relevant retrieved. So retrieved domain is there, relevant is there, but non-relevant is there. Non-relevant is not there. So you have to find out non-relevant. So which are here? They are not there in the non-relevant. So which are those? D2, D3, D6, D7, and D9. These are non-relevant. So you have to compare with the retrieved. So of course D2 is there in both retrieved and non-relevant. Then D6 is there in non-relevant and retrieved, and D9 is there as non-relevant and the retrieved. So D2, D6, D9 are non-relevant, retrieved. So 3 documents are there. And then non-relevant and non-retrieved, you will get D3 and D7, 2 documents. Now from this you can easily find out W is 3, X is 2, Y is 3, and Z is 2. Right? So as I told, contingency table, precision and recall. That is the contingency table. W3, X2, Y is equal to 3, and Z is equal to 2. I am just counting this number of documents. I am placing the count here. Now you can find out W plus X as relevant is 5, non-relevant 3 plus 2, 5. Then retrieved 3 plus 3, 6. Retrieved may be relevant or non-relevant. They are 6, and non-retrieved 2 plus 2, 4. Now total documents are 10. 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, that is 10. Now find out precision. Precision is equal to W divided by W plus Y. What is W3? What is W plus Y? 6. So we'll get 0.5. Recall. R is equal to W divided by W plus X. So we'll get recall equal to W3 and W plus X is 5. We'll get 0.6. Right? So precision is 0.5 and recall is 0.6. So recall is slightly higher than the precision. Now, what do we want actually here? By after studying this precision recall, find everything relevant, which means that high recall, and only retrieve those documents. Only retrieve relevant document means high precision. So this is generally expected, high recall and high precision. We'll see certain you can say situation about precision and recall. So you know that this is a relevant domain, retrieve domain, and all documents. Now when I'm saying precision versus recall, you know that precision. What is the precision? Relevant retrieve divided by retrieve. Recall is equal to relevant retrieve divided by relevant in collection. Then very high precision and very low recall. What is the scenario in this particular case? So this is number of documents. This is the relevant document, those you have fetched, and this small circle is nothing but the retrieved document, right? Which means that you have you have retrieved the relevant document, all the relevant document. Means why? Means what? Very high precision. This is the retrieved document, and all the documents are relevant to the username. That means precision is high, but here recall is very low. Recall is very low. Then high recall but low precision. Now here high recall but low precision. It is a relevant document and a retrieved document. Here you will find that the documents which are retrieved and with respect to the relevancy which is very high. So the recall is very high in this particular case, isn't it? Because this is the relevant document and these are the retrieved documents, right? So this particular domain is very high, right? So that's why recall is high, but here precision is low, because all the documents are relevant, are not retrieved by that particular query. So these documents are not retrieved. So recall is high, precision is low. Very low precision and very low recall. That means both the domains are different. You have retrieved a document which are totally different than the relevant documents. So both are low. And high precision and high recall, that means near about overlapping domain. That means retrieved domain is overlapping with the relevant, so you will have high precision and high recall. So you are supposed to implement this particular assignment by considering this example, right? So this is all about assignment number 4. Thank you.